Shoot. I'm going to open the bag and set it up here.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Matt Butler, Scoutmaster for Troop 405, and I'd like to welcome you to this very special event in the Scouting program. We are excited to have you here as we celebrate this service as a testament to the hard work, dedication, and service that a Scout must fulfill to reach the rank of Eagle Scout. Will everyone please stand for the presentation of the colors? I would like to invite everyone to please join with us in our opening ceremony with the Pledge of Allegiance, led by our Senior Patrol Leader, Liam Hall.
Will you please join us for the Pledge of Allegiance? Those in uniforms will salute, and all others hand over heart. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. 2. And now guests can be seated. All Scouts remain standing for Scout oath and law. Okay. On my honor, I'll do my best to do my duty, to obey Scout country, to obey Scout law, help other people at all times, keep myself physically strong, mentally awake, and morally straight. Scout is trustworthy, loyal, helpful, friendly, courteous, kind, obedient, cheerful, thrifty, brave, clean, and reverent, too.
To begin, I would like to invite Pastor Alex Barnes of Milton Presbyterian Church to begin this ceremony with an invocation.
Please join with me in prayer. Almighty God, creator of the universe, thank you for gathering these people here. Lord, thank you especially for the ways you have worked through the Boy Scouts. Thank you for Brady Wachter and just the spirit that you have given him to not just complete the requirements, but truly to be a leader among men. Thank you for the growth that you have given these young men and women in the scouting program. Thank you for this Boy Scout Troop 405. And Lord, I pray that you bless these ceremonies as we invoke your Holy Spirit to be with us now. Amen.
Thank you, Pastor Alex. I would now like to call upon Howie McComas, Troop 405's Charter Organization Representative and a member of the American Legion Post 423, the sponsoring organization for the Boy Scout Troop of 405.
Good afternoon. On behalf of the American Legion, Howard A. Bear Post 423, and the Boy Scouts of America Great Trail Council, I declare this Court of Honor to be duly convened for the sole purpose of presenting the Eagle Scout Award to Brady Matthew Wachter.
Thank you, Howie. As we begin this court of honor, these scouts that sit before me recite the Scout Oath and Law. These statements embody the fundamental principle of scouting. These statements are the spark that light what we know as the scouting spirit. A spirit that burns brightly in the heart of every scout. So that you can better understand what some of this scouting is about, please listen as Troop 405 alumni and Eagle Scout Justin Rada presents the 12 points of the Scout Law.
A scout is trustworthy. A scout tells the truth. He keeps his promises. Honesty is a part of his code of conduct. A scout is loyal. A scout is true to his family, friends, scout leaders, school, nation, and the world community. A scout is helpful. A scout is concerned about other people. He willingly volunteers to help others without expecting reward or payment. A scout is friendly. A scout is a friend to all. He is a brother to other scouts. He seeks to understand others. He respects those with ideas and customs that are different from his own. A scout is courteous. A scout is polite to everyone regardless of age or position. He knows that good manners make it easier for people to get along together. A scout is kind. A scout understands there is strength in being gentle. He treats others as he wants to be treated. He does not harm or kill anything without reason. A scout is obedient. A scout follows the rules of his family, school, and troop. He obeys the laws of his community and country. If he thinks these rules and laws are unfair, he tries to have them changed in an orderly manner rather than disobey them. A scout is cheerful. A scout looks for the bright side of life. He cheerfully does tasks that come his way, and he tries to make others happy. A scout is thrifty. A scout works to pay his way and to help others. He saves for the future. He protects and conserves natural resources. He carefully uses time and property. A scout is brave. A scout can face danger even if he is afraid. He has the courage to stand up for what he thinks is right, even if others laugh at him or threaten him. A scout is clean. A scout keeps his body and mind fit and clean. Soap and water help a lot on the inside, but it is the inside that counts. A scout is reverent. A scout is reverent towards God. He is faithful in his religious duties, and he respects the beliefs of others.
Thank you, Justin. A scout on his quest to reach the Eagle rank lives a daily life with these 12 points of the Scout Law deeply embedded in his character. I would now like to call upon Troop 405 alumni and Eagle Scout Josh Carlson to give you an idea of all the requirements a scout must fulfill as he travels along the trail from Tenderfoot to Eagle.
Every scout is expected to live his daily life following those principles of the 12 points of the Scout Law. But to become an Eagle Scout, a boy must do much more. Along his trail to Eagle, Brady earned the Scout badge by completing the requirements that taught him about what is expected from a scout. As he earned the ranks of Tenderfoot, Second Class, and First Class, he was introduced to the base concepts of scouting. He completed requirements that taught him about camping and camp cooking, first aid, knots and lashings, nature, swimming, and physical fitness and citizenship. Along the way to completing the requirements for Star, Life, and the rank of Eagle, Brady has completed 32 merit badges, 13 of which were required for him to learn about managing money, communicating with others, worldwide citizenship, physical fitness, nature and the environment, first aid, and how to be prepared for an emergency situation. Some of the other merit badges that Brady chose to work on and complete included subjects such as sports, athletics, golf, chess, archery, pets and dog care, stamp collecting, and fire safety. Another major step that every scout must take along his trail to Eagle is to become a leader, to learn how to work with and work for his fellow scouts, both in patrols and in the troop as a whole. With a minimum of 16 months of leadership required, Brady amassed a total of 60 months serving in 8 different qualifying junior leadership positions within our troop. So what is an Eagle Scout? Well, to take a quote from an old Scoutmaster's handbook, an Eagle Scout is a young man who is qualified to help others as well as take care of himself. His badge is not a decoration, but rather a symbol of knowledge and ability. Thank you.
Thank you, Josh. With all that work, time, commitment, and dedication in mind, listen to Assistant Scoutmaster John Strauss as he gives you a few statistics on scouting.
Of any 100 boys who become scouts, it must be confessed that 30 will drop out in the first year. Perhaps this may be regarded as a failure, but in later life, all these will remember that they had been scouts, and they will speak well of the program, many wishing they had never dropped out. Of the 100, 12 will be from families that belong to no church. And through scouting, these 12 and many of their families will be brought into contact with a church and will continue to be active all of their lives. 5 will earn a religious award. One of those 100 will become a pastor. Each of the 100 will learn something from scouting. Almost all will develop hobbies that will add interest throughout the rest of their lives. 8 will enter a vocation that was introduced to them in scouting. With all that a scout has the opportunity to learn, at least one will use his knowledge and skills to save another person's life. And many will credit their scouting knowledge for saving their own life. 17 of the 100 boys will later become scout leaders and give leadership to thousands of additional boys. This creates an ever-widening ripple of good citizens with values who believe that character counts. Nationally, only 4 of the 100 will reach the Eagle rank, and at least one will later say that he valued his Eagle above his college degree. Only 1 in 4 boys in America will become a scout. But it is interesting to know that of the leaders of our nation in business, religion, and politics, 3 out of 4 of them were scouts. Rittman's Troop 405 was established in 1928 by the members of the American Legion Post. In our 96-year history, thousands of our community boys have participated in scouting. And today, Brady, you represent Troop 405's 71st Scout to earn the rank of Eagle Scout. Back to you, Matt. You'll have to flip a couple pages forward then.
All right. Thank you, John. Brady's honor guard is made up of his fellow scouts Tristan Riggs and Wyatt Riggs. With the honor guard, please escort Brady to the front. And now, to give Brady the Eagle Charter and Pledge is Eagle Scouts Class of 2021, Justin Rada.
The foremost responsibility of an Eagle Scout is to live with honor. To an Eagle Scout, honor is the foundation of all character. He knows that a scout is trustworthy as the very first point of the Scout Law for a good reason. An Eagle Scout lives honorably not only because honor is important to him, but because of the vital significance of his example he sets for other scouts. Living honorably reflects credit on his home, his church, his troop, and his community. May the white of the Eagle badge remind you to always live with honor. The second obligation of an Eagle Scout is loyalty. A scout is true to his family, scout leaders, friends, school, and nation. His loyalty to his troop and brother scouts makes him pitch in and carry his share of the load. All of these help to build the loyalty, which means devotion to community, to country, to one's own ideals, and to God. Let the blue of the Eagle badge always inspire your loyalty. The third obligation of an Eagle Scout is to be courageous. Courage has always been a quality by which men measure themselves and others. To a scout, bravery means not only the courage to face physical danger, but the determination to stand up for what the right. Trusting in God, with faith in his fellow man, he looks forward to each day, seeking his share of the world's work to do. Let the red of the Eagle badge remind you always of courage. The fourth obligation of an Eagle Scout is to be cheerful. To remind the Eagle Scout to always wear a smile, the red, white, and blue ribbon is attached to the scroll of the second-class Scout Award, which has its ends turned up into a smile. The final responsibility of an Eagle Scout is service. The Eagle Scout extends a helping hand to those who still toil up the scouting's trail, just as others helped him in his climb to Eagle. Their performance of the daily good turn takes a new meaning when he enters a more adult life of continuing service to others. The Eagle stands as protector of the weak and helpless. He aids and comforts the unfortunate and the oppressed. He upholds the rights of others while defending his own. He will always be prepared to put forth his best. You deserve much credit for having achieved Scouting's highest award, but wear your award with humility. Ever mindful that the Eagle Scout is looked up to as an example, may the Scout Oath and the Scout Law be your guide for tomorrow and onward. And now for the pledge, please produce a Scout sign and repeat after me. I reaffirm my allegiance to the three promises of the Scout Oath. I thoroughly recognize and take upon myself the obligations and responsibilities of an Eagle Scout. On my honor, I will do my best to make my training an example, my rank and my influence count strongly for better scouting. In my troop, in my community, and in contacts with other people. To this, I pledge my sacred honor. Two.
Thank you, Justin. Would the honor guard please escort the candidates' parents forward, while committee members Ken Mann and Assistant Scoutmaster John Strock to present the Eagle Award and additional congratulations and gifts.
Brady, your parents have undoubtedly been your primary source of help and strength. No one will ever know the unnumbered acts of self-sacrifice from your mother. I'd like your mother to pin the Eagle Medal on your uniform. In recognition of your mother's devotion, please present her with this Eagle Mother's Pin. Your father has been the source of much advice and guidance along the Eagle Trail. So I'd like him to present the Eagle Scout certificate to you. In return, please present your father with this Eagle Father's Pin. And now it gives me great pleasure to present to you our newest Eagle Scout, Brady Matthew Wachter. Parents, you can be seated. Brady, you get to stay here. Alongside the efforts of Brady's parents, there are others that Brady feels were instrumental in helping him to earn his Eagle rank. At this time, we'll allow Brady the opportunity to recognize those individuals with the BSA Mentors Pin.
The first one I'm going to do, he's already up here. I'm going to do John Strock. He was always there for me through my whole scouting career, gave me a few tips of advice when I needed it. And then also, he's already up here. I'm going to do Ken Mann. For the same thing, he was always there, always helped me. And he was actually my main one helping with my Eagle, with all the paperwork and everything like that. Next one is Kevin Rada, for always helping me with the project when I needed it. And then, since we're here, next two are my parents. So I'll do Mom first. Mom for always being there for me, being a good mom. Then, Dad. Main reason I'm here, got to do better than him. He didn't do Eagle, so I had to get Eagle.
Brady, do you have any other thank yous?
Thank you to all the scouts and everyone who helped me with the project and just getting here.
Do you have any other thank yous? You do, actually. He does. He does. So if you guys would just like to step down here so you can appreciate it.
Thank you, Mom and Dad. I know today is my Eagle ceremony. I'm only 9 today and I'm talking to the future, but I want to thank you for all the support you've given me on my way to Eagle Scout. You guys are the best. Thank you so much. I couldn't have done without you.
Were you surprised, and do you remember that?
I kind of do.
Just to give everybody a little bit of background, 7 years ago, when you were 9 years old, we were doing a promotional video for the council. Brady was participating with us, and he was the last person that we were doing the interviews with. So we took that opportunity, actually the guy doing the interview took the opportunity to walk him through this little speech that he gave to his future self. So it was neat that we were able to keep it this long. We all have stories about Brady. So if you would like to share a story, please step forward or raise your hand and we'll bring a microphone to you. Anybody? We'll save Dad for last.
I don't even need a microphone. I got big mouth. I just recall a day out at camp down at Patriots Woods where some little scout told me that an old man couldn't catch him. So the old man caught him and tied him to a pole and left him there for about a half hour. That young man was better than a red hornet for a while, I mean.
You remember that?
Oh, I have picture proof of that, by the way. I don't know if it made the slideshow or not. Yeah.
Anyone else? Matt?
I'm probably like Kevin. I don't need a big microphone, but I really can't think of like one specific like story about Brady, but what I do remember is one thing they teach you about teaching is not so much what you say or what you do, it's how you make someone feel, is that's how they'll remember you. And I can honestly say that with my interactions with Brady, from the time he crossed over into 405 till today, every time I've talked to him, every time I've had interaction with him, I get this sense of drive, of determination that is like the key points of being an Eagle Scout, of being a leader. And when I think back on Brady, that's what I think about. I think about that drive, about that determination, that leadership that always seems to just kind of assume from him and those that are around him. And I pray that as you move forward in life, Brady, you don't lose that. That is such a key part of being an Eagle Scout, and I've enjoyed watching it grow with you as you've gone through the scouting program.
Anyone else? Todd, are you sitting on your hands?
John? I just wanted to say that I can remember when, well, if you don't know, his mom and John both work same company. So I imagine Brady showed up work a few times or two and got to know John, and John knew that Brady was in Pack 3402 over in Wadsworth. But I distinctly remember John saying that when you got to the age to cross over, you were his. you were going to be part of 405. And like Matt said, ever since you came over, even before you came over, when you're intermixed with the Boy Scouts as you were coming to meetings with Mom and Dad, it seemed blatantly obvious you were going to become an Eagle. And I don't think Mom or Dad had any doubts, and I know John didn't have any doubts that you were going to make it. And I personally, this is my church, truly want to thank you for your project you did. He built a trail out back of this church into the woods. So in the spring and fall, summer and fall, if you ever get a chance, stop by and visit Brady's Eagle Project.
Anyone else? Owen?
Unstoppable, be together, and always be Boy Scouts again. And always get back to scouting and never give up. Always keep keeping with Brady. Brady's a good guy, and I just want to give Brady a big congratulations on winning the Eagle, my friend. Brady, congratulations.
If there isn't anybody else who has anything, we'll... Okay. I wondered when he was going to...
I'll come up here. I don't need that. You know that. Yeah. I did doubt that he would get to this point because literally 2 years ago was when we started the project. So thankful we are at this point. Like Ken said, that Chris and John worked together, and during COVID, he was still
select one merit badge that he did, and it was the stamp collecting. So it was done by Zoom, and the guy was from California. So I think it started our time, 3 o'clock. He didn't get done with the Zoom for stamp collecting until like 6 o'clock. And I'm getting these texts saying, you will never pick a merit badge for me to do again. It's the last one. So it's the only time that I ever picked out a merit badge for him to do. And he still brings it up. And I'm glad it made
The list.
Josh got to say stamp collecting, because every time he said it, it was awesome.
It was
worth
brutal.
So again, congratulations again.
Brady, there's a lot of congratulations for you today. So let me present some of these to you. First, you did receive a congratulation letter from Patrick Shear, who's the Scout Executive for Great Trail Council. There's a congratulation letter from the National Council, signed by the President of the BSA nationally. There's also a certificate of recognition from the American Legion. And the American Legion sponsors our troop and has since its origin in 1928. You also have letters of recognition and certificates of recognition. This one is from Ohio Representative Sharon Ray, and this is on behalf of the Ohio House of Representatives. As well, the Ohio Senate sends a certificate of recognition and congratulation from State Senator Matt Huffman. There is also a certificate of recognition and congratulations from a fellow Eagle Scout, and this is our Secretary of State, Frank LaRose, who is also from here, from the Great Trail Council. So he's always excited to support our Scouts and Eagle Scouts. There is also a certificate of recognition and congratulations from Governor Mike DeWine. And also from the United States Congress is a certificate of special recognition from Max Miller, our congressman. And from the Senate, there's a letter of recognition from another fellow Eagle Scout, Senator Sherrod Brown. There are also notes of congratulations here that have been sent to you from President-elect Donald Trump, and also this actually comes from the son of a president. This comes from Michael Ford, and his father, Gerald Ford, was also an Eagle Scout, and Michael was an Eagle Scout. So it's a very personal little note here of congratulations, and also the pride that their family took in being Eagle Scouts. There is a note of congratulations from President Jimmy Carter and a note from past President George W. Bush. There is also a certificate of recognition from the chairman of the Joint Chiefs of Staff, General Charles Q. Brown, Jr. of the United States Air Force. As well, there is a recognition certificate here from NASA. And I think NASA is one of those organizations that recognizes and appreciates Eagle Scouts and everything that they have done within the space program over time. There's a certificate of recognition here from the U.S. Department of the Interior and the U.S. Fish and Wildlife Service, as well as a certificate of recognition from the National Park Service, and a certificate of recognition from the U.S. Postal Service. We have a letter of congratulations from the Coca-Cola Company, And we get into some fun ones here, too. Some that were probably on your wish list. There is a nice letter or note of congratulation from Great Wolf Lodge. And let's pull out what's in the red tissue there. Brady, this is a letter of congratulations and recognition from the Storm Ruger and Company. So Ruger has sent you some fun little items in recognition of this accomplishment. Oh, by the way, they include a safety message from Ruger as well. There is a letter of recognition from Buck Knives, and as well, there is a letter of congratulation and the blue brown box with the blue tag from, go ahead and open it. From Birkenstock. Brady, there's a letter of recognition congratulating you on your achievement from the Harley-Davidson Motor Company. I want to see you open it. Are there keys inside? Brady, there's also a letter of congratulations, and the actual gift is here in the notebook. But this is recognizing one of your favorite eats. And I know Brady well enough to know he likes to eat. Oh. So this is a letter of congratulations from Little Caesars Pizza. And yes, and there's a gift to present to you from the good folks at Chick-fil-A. Another good eats, right, Brady? Yeah. That's last. Let's do that one next. Brady, this next one has become a tradition within the troop. This is a gift from me. This is your own Dutch oven. I truly hope that you have learned some camp cooking and will be able to use a cast iron Dutch oven for the rest of your life, and always remember where you first learned about camp cooking. We'll hang on for that one till last. There's a couple more here. This is also a letter from Mike Rowe. Does everybody know who Mike Rowe is? So Mike Rowe is also an Eagle Scout. But I'll read this to you, and I'll try to make it quick because it is a little long. But back in 1977, I got a letter from the President of the United States congratulating me on becoming an Eagle Scout. The letter was printed on thick, creamy paper with my name typed in at the top and Gerald Ford's signature at the bottom, right next to the presidential seal. Very impressive. However, I studied the president's signature and compared it to those on the bottom of identical letters he had sent to other Eagle Scouts in other troops. I came to the conclusion that I was not holding a personal letter from the President of the United States. I was holding a form letter. Don't get me wrong, Brady, it was a nice gesture, and I appreciated the statement, but I decided then and there that if I ever myself was in a position to send out thousands of letters to Eagle Scouts everywhere, I would try not to fool the recipient into thinking they had received something uniquely personal. After all, Brady is a scout. A scout is trustworthy, whether the scout goes on to become the President of the United States or the host of a show on cable television. Which is why I want to be absolutely clear about the nature of this letter. While I did in fact write every word, I did not write it specifically for you. The truth is, Brady, it was your parents who wrote your name in the blanks, and it is your parents who is deeply proud of what you accomplished this day. As they should be. The Eagle Award is still a big deal, and congratulations are most definitely in order. However, the only message I can offer a young scout I've never actually met is the same advice I received from my dad moments after I received the same honor. He said, "Don't get cocky." Contrary to what many have told you, Brady, this award will not change the way people look at you. I'm sorry, but it's true. We now live in a world where everyone seems to get some sort of a trophy, and the majority of Americans simply have no idea how difficult or special your accomplishments truly are. But that's not a fact worth bemoaning, because the truth is, the Eagle Award comes with no magic power or influence. It's simply a recognition of what you've accomplished so far. And while it's true that many Eagle Scouts have gone on to do great things in life, it's also true that many others have not. I know a guy who got his Eagle a couple years before me. His chest literally puffed up and never returned to its normal size. His dad got him into a decent school, and when he finally graduated, he showed off his diploma like it was his first merit badge. Today, he is a miserable, pompous pain in the butt with no friends, 2 ex-wives, and a job he hates. He still has a collegiate football trophy on his mantle next to his diploma and an identical copy of that same form letter from Gerald Ford, congratulating him for something he did 35 years ago. Do me a favor, Brady. Don't be that person. Don't wait for the world to acknowledge your accomplishment. When you're finished with scouting, donate your uniform to the Salvation Army. In a few years, it's not going to fit anyway. Fold up your sash and stow it away somewhere private, along with all the other tokens of what you've done so far. Then roll up your sleeves, get out in the world, and put what you've learned to use. Live the Scout law. Remember the Scout oath. And remember, a Scout is clean, but not afraid to get dirty. Mike Rowe. He says, P.S. The signature, though photocopied, is really mine. One last certificate to read, and then we have one last gift to present to you. Brady, today, December 15th, 2024, a proclamation from the office of the Honorable Mayor William J. Robertson. Whereas Brady Wachter, a member of Troop 405 in Rittman, has achieved the Eagle Scout Award, the highest award in the Boy Scouts of America, and whereas on this trail to becoming an Eagle Scout, Brady has earned 31 merit badges and has served his troop in 9 different leadership positions, and whereas Brady provided the planning, coordination, and leadership for the landscaping and construction of a quarter-mile nature trail and a 15-foot walking bridge at Milton Presbyterian Church in Rittman, Ohio. And whereas Brady is on the honor roll at Archbishop Hoban High School in Akron, Ohio, Brady is also a member of the Hoban Knight varsity baseball program, where he plays first base, outfield, and pitches. He also plays baseball on the Wow Factor American Elite Travel Team. And whereas when Brady is not playing baseball, he is an avid outdoorsman that enjoys biking, kayaking, hiking, target shooting, hunting, archery, camping, backpacking, and fishing. And whereas Brady also makes time to volunteer at the Outreach House in Akron, where he helps feed the homeless in our community. Now, therefore, I, William Robertson, Mayor of the City of Rittman, Ohio, do hereby designate Sunday, December 15th, 2024, as Brady Wachter Day in the City of Rittman, and encourage the community to participate in appropriate recognition programs, ceremonies, and activities. Happy Brady Day. Brady, we have one last gift for you to open. Actually, there's other gifts, I'm sure, but for ones we have up here. And this comes to you again from a place of good eats. And this comes to you from Canes, Raising Canes, right? Was one of those 12 points of the Scout Law a Scout will share? Yes, one more gift. Brady, we'd like to present you with this engraved box. This box was used today as a part of your ceremony to present your Eagle Medal, and this is a gift to you from the troop. And this is also a tradition that has lasted for a long time. So we hope that you'll use this box to keep those keepsakes someplace nice and safe.
And now I would like to ask Pastor Alex Barnes to bring our ceremony to a close with a benediction.
As I end with a good word from Scripture, I first want to acknowledge that when I was reading through your merit badges and saw a stamp collecting on there, I thought it was complete fluff. I am so happy it took you 3.5 hours on Zoom and that you were recognized by the United States Postal Service. Being a Christian pastor and an Eagle Scout myself, it's an honor for me to be here. And I'm going to leave us with a good word from the Apostle Paul's letter to the Colossians that overlaps a lot of the Scout law. Therefore, as people dearly loved by God, clothe yourselves with compassion, kindness, humility, gentleness, and patience. Bear with each other and forgive each other of whatever grievances you may have against one another. Forgive as the Lord forgave you, and over all these virtues put on love, which binds them all together in perfect unity.
I'd like to invite all Scouts who are here today to come forward and join hands in our closing circle, and to remind everyone that that there is a reception following our ceremony. So Scouts, will everyone please stand as the Scouts recite the Scouts closing prayer, and then remain standing as our Scouts complete our ceremony with the retirement of the colors. Retirement of the colors. Thank you, everyone. That concludes our ceremony today.